Good afternoon. This is your board report for Monday, October 28th, 2019 board meeting. We were called to order at 5:30 p.m. and took a roll. Tamara Ryman was out. She recovering from shoulder surgery. After the acceptance of the agenda, we had special recognition for our food service employees, Eugene, Sue, and this year Tammy Summers, just for the outstanding work that they do. Wanted to recognize them for food service appreciation, and just a group that really brings a positive light on our school. Also recognize Paige Williams and Tammy again for their contributions to the school. Just what Paige as a teacher and Tammy certainly as a cook, but then also just all the extra stuff that they do, whether it's PTO or book fairs or Safe and Sane Halloween or whatever it is. Those two put a lot of their heart and soul and their families' time into our school, and just greatly appreciate both of them for the work that they do. Moved our way, acceptance of minutes, had my monthly report, talked about some of the behavior supports that we put in the elementary, and then in the high school we talked about. What did we talk about? It'll come back to me. And then Bob Johnson wasn't able to join us, and Jessica Swift was not also able to join us. So that was the only report we have. Tanya was out of town getting her award in Washington, D.C. Then we went to the consent agenda. A lot of hiring, paraeducator, and then several basketball coaches. Then we spent a substantial amount of time going through the bond and the levy, some of the material that we're prepared to start putting out as we put the citizens groups together, and that we're going to supply to staff. And then there was a series of resolutions that needed to be adopted. The first one was appropriating some fund balance to take on some matching funds for some of the projects that we're going to do around the district in the coming year. Another one was they adopted the language around the replacement levy that needs to be done. They chose not to adopt the resolution on the bond quite yet. They wanted to have a little bit more discussion before they adopted that resolution. We also had to do a resolution adopting the study and survey, which is the group from OSPI that came in and evaluated the facilities top to bottom. Then we approved the 5-year CTE plan that's required by the state for us to have the board approve. We approved a contract with WASDA. We're going to have them go through our policy and procedure manuals and evaluate them and see if there are updates that we need to make as a district. And then finally, then we talked about who is going to the annual school board conference that's coming up in a couple of weeks, and tried to nail down some plans with that. And then finally, we accepted the resignation of Daryl Dick. His intention is to leave the board at the end of the year. So with that resignation, his spot will be posted. We adjourned about 6:15 in the evening, and then we went home for the night. Let me know if you have any questions.